Hello everyone and welcome to our electric future. In this video, we'll be discussing the electric vehicle tax credit that's available for some purchased and leased EVs in the United States in 2023. If you're planning to purchase a new electric car in 2023, you may be eligible for a tax credit of up to $7,500. However, there are some complex and changing rules that you'll need to be aware of in order to qualify for this credit. Starting in March, new rules could reduce the amount of the credit that buyers of certain vehicles are eligible for. In order to qualify for the full credit, buyers must meet certain income restrictions and purchase a vehicle that is priced below a certain amount. $55,000 US for sedans and smaller cars like coupes and hatchbacks, and $80,000 US for trucks, vans, and SUVs. The credit is also only available for vehicles that are made in North America. Eligible vehicles for the tax credit include the Tesla Model 3, Model Y, and Model S, as well as the GMC Hummer EV, Chevrolet Bolt EV, and Chevrolet Blazer EV. These vehicles range in price from as low as $40,000 to over $100,000 for the GMC Hummer EV. It's important to note that the income restrictions for this credit vary based on the price of the vehicle, with higher income limits for more expensive vehicles. Households with an adjusted gross income of up to $300,000 US will still be eligible for the credit, while heads of household must earn below $225,000 US dollars. And individual filers will only qualify with an income of below $150,000 US. It's important to note that this provision may not apply if you choose to lease your electric vehicle. More information on leased vehicles later. For the first time, buyers of used electric vehicles will also be able to receive a tax credit of $4,000 or 30% of the sale price of the vehicle, whichever is lower. However, the credit is only available for vehicles purchased from a dealership and only if the vehicle wasn't previously resold after August 16, 2022. The income threshold for used EVs is lower, with joint filers requiring an income of $150,000, heads of household requiring an income of $112,500, and individual filers requiring an income of $75,000. It's important to keep in mind that these income guidelines and eligibility requirements are subject to change, so it's a good idea to stay up to date on the latest information about the electric vehicle tax credit in order to make the most informed decision about your purchase or lease. However, those who choose to lease their electric vehicle may be able to claim a credit on the vehicles that aren't on the list of eligible vehicles. A Treasury Department spokesperson has stated that most traditional leases would qualify for the $7,500 commercial credit, which is not subject to the various requirements that must be met in order to qualify for the consumer new vehicle credit. It's important to note that the dealer would receive the commercial credit rather than the person leasing the vehicle, and it would be up to the dealer to pass those savings on to the consumer. This means that high-income consumers and those who lease a high-cost EV, such as Lucid Air or Tesla Model S or X, would also be able to enjoy the $7,500 credit as long as the dealer passes those savings along. The Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 also offers a new tax credit of up to $4,000 on used electric cars. It's also worth noting that the Treasury Department will be issuing initial proposals around rules for critical materials and battery components in March, which will determine how much of a tax credit a vehicle can receive. Until these proposals are released, new vehicles won't have to meet these requirements in order to qualify for the full $7,500 tax credit. While the list of vehicles issued by the IRS brings some clarity, there is still some uncertainty around leasing, battery, and critical mineral requirements, which may make it difficult for consumers to find a vehicle that qualifies for the electric credit or understand how they'll be eligible to claim. So what do you think? Will you be purchasing or leasing an EV in 2023 to take advantage of the tax credit? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. We hope this information has been helpful, and be sure to stay tuned to Our Electric Future for more updates on electric vehicles and renewable energy.